What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Quadcast, the show where we get real, get raw, and get loud about mental health, substance use, and the fight to take our lives back.
Each episode, we're cutting through the stigma, dropping knowledge, sharing stories, and bringing the heat with guests who have lived it and aren't afraid to talk about it.
So turn it up, lock in, and let's break barriers, spark change, and build a community that refuses to stay silent. You're tuned into the Quadcast, and let's get into it.
You can find us on Patreon, Facebook, Instagram, or email us. The Quadcast is always looking for new guests, whether you're individuals that have experienced it, you're in law enforcement, treatment programs, nurses, doctors, or anyone that just has something to say. Come share your story with us on mental health or substance abuse.
Warning, there's cussing in this video. If you don't like swear words, well, you're
watching the wrong damn show.
You kind of answered this. How did you and your spouse communicate when stress was high? Stupid.
No, let's not get it twisted. She called me stupid plenty enough too. Okay.
You earned that.
No, I like I said, I'm very fortunate. You know, a little bit about my past. I'm very fortunate that I was able to find a good partner.
Sure. Buddy, they're few and far between.
Yeah. But she's always been very understanding. I'm not going to say she's never pushed my buttons because that'd be a lie. But
yeah, that'd be a lie in any situation.
A lot of the times of her being upset was me being selfish, and it wasn't that I was trying to be selfish. It's I'm more the fuck out.
Sure.
You know? I get it. She's staying at home with the kids, and she wants to go do things when I'm there with me. But at the same time, I'm like,
you can't even fucking think straight.
I'm like, can we just watch TV? Why go watch a movie when we got movies at home? We got McDonald's at home too.
Yeah, I can see that. Like, I'm a homebody now. Like, I would much rather be here, order my shit from fucking Walmart and have it delivered. Like, I could care less to go anywhere. Now, when my daughter's in town, it's different.
Yeah.
If she wants to go, she wants to do this. Now, this year, I skipped the fair. I hate the fucking fair.
I do too.
Dude, it drives my anxiety absolutely stupid. Mm-hmm. I went to a concert 2 years ago at the fair. Holy fuck. Absolutely not. It's that whole situational awareness thing and not being able to fucking control the situation anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm at a severe disadvantage of controlling anything.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I still mentally have my head on a fucking swivel and thinking about all the scenarios, but the fuck am I going to do if something pops off? You know what I mean? So like, it just drives my anxiety absolutely through the wall. So like, there are certain things that I say, no, fuck that, we ain't doing that. Or, just the heightened level of the fucking country now. And there's certain things you just don't fucking go do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm the bad guy that will say that. Like, no, we ain't fucking doing that.
And I mean, you're a dad too, so you get it. I know exactly what I'm saying when I say this. Like, I was guilty of this. It might be different. We're using law enforcement, but like, I didn't pay attention a lot to the world before I had kids. Like, I did, like.
Sure.
I've always been a good judge of character, I feel.
So the bad thing is, like.
But now I'm like, I got my daughter out in public, and I'm like, I don't want to fucking be nowhere with her. Like, I don't want to shelter her, but like, I'm like.
No, I get it. Like,
you never know people's intentions anymore.
Oh, absolutely not. And, I became a dad while I just got out of the police academy.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I kind of started into it, but I didn't really have the road time yet.
Mm-hmm.
But as that started and as it's progressed, she's 9 now. So like, she's in school, and the happenings of the fucking world, I can sit down and do a fucking safety check of, I wonder if they have this at that school.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, yesterday I was scrolling on Facebook and there was a hostage situation right across the Maryland County line. She's in Maryland. It was in her county. Now it was miles away, but I'm
still,
like,
yeah. I mean, it's the
she's
thought.
out of school, so she's either at the babysitter or home. So we're good. It's all good. Don't have to worry about that. But it's that shit right there. Like, but I think about that here too. Like, I don't have kids down here, but just my mentality, I think about it everywhere. Like, if this shit's gonna happen here, like, what the fuck's gonna happen there? You know, like, and
but we're fortunate.
We're in a very good place, and you know, honest to God, I really hope none of that ever finds its way into this community, because
I don't.
No matter the controversy and chaos in this county, it's a very tight knit community.
Yeah,
and everybody knows everybody. And my God, the kids that I knew back then are freaking graduated and adults now.
That's one thing I will say about our community, especially, is like, I mean, I've done a lot of people wrong. I'm not too proud to admit it. I've done some shady shit and made some questionable calls about things. And,
well, I mean, we all have.
But at the end of the day, I know those people, even some of my worst enemy people, that I'd just spit on you and look at you. If they called me, I would still help them. And that just because that's who I am as a person. And I know a lot of them, if I called them, they would still help me. And that, you don't have that everywhere, for sure.
No, absolutely not. And I mean, it's going away around here faster than it's getting stronger. But there, to a certain extent, that's still true. But I will say that this county is super far behind on safety measures.
They've become very complacent.
I think we've gotten a very complacent mindset about it as to small town Greenbrier County, and ain't nothing going to happen here. And it's only going to take one thing to really change a lot of lives for a very, very big aspect. And I wish that more people would see that, because I think there's more people on the complacent side than not. It's only it's not if, it's when, honestly.
Yeah, I get that completely.
I hate to say that. And
me and Michaela's had the conversation several times too.
Man, I'll be honest with you. There would never be a day that I would look at Ava and pull her out of school up in Garrett County, Maryland, and tell her she was coming back here to school. Never. One, the curriculum up there, she's so far advanced, like it's absolutely stupid. I would put her at like high school level at this point. She's running that shit. But just
we're behind in everything.
Yeah, we're behind.
Not just as a county, but as a state as a whole.
We are very, very, very far behind as a state. I think there's some modification coming. It's very slow. It's very broad. But there will be some better changes coming, I think. But we're still super, super far behind in an emergency management standpoint. What was the hardest part about transitioning out of coal mining?
It sounds awful to say, but really the hardest part was adapting to a life at home.
Sure.
I mean, truthfully, being around Michaela, my kid, all the time.
Shut up.
But being around Michaela, my kid, all the time, that was something to adapt to, which was hard to do. It wasn't so hard. It wasn't so hard to actually, to be there more. It was just getting used to being there more. Their routine, because they had their own routine.
Sure.
Which
it was probably a routine that literally drove your mental side of things absolutely stupid.
Oh yeah.
Because I know chaos amplifies my ADHD, anxiety, all of it. And going back to the whole snapping thing, like it forces me to that point of like, fucking quit. We're done. Just stop. We ain't doing shit.
Mhm.
So I can see that.
Yeah, and also breathing, as weird as that sounds.
Really?
Taking in fresh air all
Sure.
the time. That was a lot. I ate a lot of dust in the time I was underground because I done a lot of stupid shit. I mean, it is what it is. But
I mean, to a certain extent, you're going to eat it some anyways. But
yeah, but I didn't do a lot to prevent eating it either.
I gotcha. What are the preventions to avoid that?
Staying out of it
Okay.
the best you can.
Pretty
You
common
know, like
sense, huh?
I run a scoop a lot when I was on production.
Mhm.
I ran a scoop. I would go down well in the miner and clean. Wouldn't think about it. If I had a job to do, I was trying to stay caught up. I could go down well in the miner and clean. I'd bolt down well in the miner. You're supposed to do it one time a shift. Sometimes we'd bolt half shift down when
Jesus.
if we had to, you know. But like I said, my lungs were bad before I went into
Sure.
mines. But I can definitely tell a difference.
So, did your medical evaluation did that not hinder you in any of your mining evaluation?
No. The only thing that
You would think it would.
the only thing that flagged me, and it didn't flag me, when I had my last physical, is I had hearing loss.
Okay.
In my left ear, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was my left ear because this eardrum on my right had actually been busted when I was a teenager.
Okay. Same thing.
But they said that this one actually probably amplified it worse because this one's trying to catch up for this what you lose here, if that makes sense. One's working harder than the other. But I bolted without earplugs. I don't think I ever put a bolt up with earplugs in, ever.
It's probably one of those safety things in your booklet.
Yeah, but I don't think I ever wore earplugs. And I ran the helper side. So I bolted with my left hand.
Right.
So your bolter comes out, you got levers, and then your lever that you drill with and push up with. And you got your chuck, and you put your steel right here.
Right.
Most of the places I bolted on my knees just because it was more comfortable.
Right.
So I'm like this, watching my bolt go to the top, right here beside my left ear. So it makes sense, you know.
Okay.
And you can imagine taking steel and drilling a hole into rock with it. You know, that adds up quick.
What skills from mining still serve you today? I mean, obviously, let's just say in your last job, running equipment.
Pride for one, making sure everything looks as best to my ability.
Yeah.
Situational awareness, being aware of where I'm at, my coworkers are at all times, even in the dark. That actually helped me a lot too with running equipment because I never ran a dozer or anything until I went to this last job. I never even sat in a dozer.
I mean, I ain't never run.
But I can run the hell out of it in the dark because I was used to working in the dark. Yeah. Everybody else, you know, they was like, I don't know if I want to get on that at night. I'd go out there till midnight if they'd have let me in work. I didn't give a shit. I was used to it, you know. Like,
that kind of shit.
The hardest part, especially with the dozer, the hardest part running in the dark if you're cutting a slope is everything looks the same, so you can't really tell what the fuck you're doing.
Sure.
And I figured that out pretty quick too.
Yeah, I can do that.
And the mechanical aspect of it too. I've become a lot more mechanically inclined from working in the mines. As far as it's more pride, I think, than mechanical inclined. Sure. But if I see something wrong, I can try to fix it. Because if it's something simple, I wasn't going to bother an electrician.
Sure.
Because they, you know, especially on Hoodow. Now, for production electricians, I go over to fix this shit. Because 9 times out of 10, they stay in a toolbox.
Right.
They don't do shit. But That's a different story. But who doubt they worked their ass off.
What did it take from you? What did it take from you that you're still rebuilding
My social life.
your social life?
Mm-hmm. More than anything, my social life. You knew me before.
Yeah.
Like, I had shitloads of friends. I'd go out. I'd have fun. I lived life 150 mile an hour. I had a blast.
Didn't we all?
And now I have a handful of people that associate with me.
On a certain extent, that's not so bad.
I've learned to adapt to it.
I've actually learned to be perfectly okay with that.
Yeah. It gets easier with age, for sure.
It does, in maturity.
Oh.
When we were teenagers, it was all about how many friends you could have.
Yeah.
Now it's the quality, man.
Well,
a whole different world, though. What would you tell someone thinking about leaving the mines?
I would tell them if they truly thought that they can make it outside of there, to at least try. I mean, like I said, I loved it. I miss it every day. But there's a lot more to life. Yeah, you're supposed to work to live.
Sure.
And to me, in mines, you live to work.
It's a demanding lifestyle.
Yeah, and that's what really burned me out on it. Is I was missing my kids' life. I was missing my relationship, my family, the whole nine.
Sure.
And as even working out of town, I felt like I seen Michaela and my kids more working out of town than what I did when I was in the mines. Just the fact that when I'm there, I'm there.
What do you wish you had known before making that transition out of the mines?
Before making it out?
Mm-hmm. Or we can do it before going into the mines.
I would say with coming out, probably just how much money you actually make is you would have to make sure that you have a plan to make as much money, if not more.
Because you get used to that lifestyle.
Yeah, it's very hard. Like I've toned my lifestyle down a lot.
Sure.
But I always said I made fuck you money. I worked underground, and because I did.
Sure.
And I really should have saved a lot more of it, but I didn't. I did, but I didn't.
Sure. No, I mean but that's logical, though. I mean, these kids that are coming out of high school and into the workforce, that's logical because what you learned doing it that way may save somebody else from doing it the opposite.
And it's funny too because I spent a lot of money. Like I wasted a lot of money.
Sure.
But at the same time, I wasn't selfish with it. Like
right.
I drive a 19 Silverado.
Right.
That I bought used. First thing everybody always does is go buy a brand new $90,000 truck.
Man, that was always how you knew people that worked in the coal mines.
Exactly.
Like growing up, that's all I used to remember was, when
single wide trailer, side by side, 4-wheeler,
no
and a nice ass truck.
No underpinning.
You drive through Greenbrier County, that's all it is. You got like a little 2-bedroom house.
The amount of shit that's talked at the police academy about those southern counties.
Am I validating a lot of it?
Yeah, like straight up. It's all. I mean, but it's it's coal country, man.
It's a different world.
That's the way everybody lives down there.
Yeah.
Single wide trailer, brand new vehicles,
it's simple.
4-wheeler, side by side.
And a lot of them, it sounds crazy, but a lot of them don't build a nice big house or buy a nice big house because they don't get to enjoy it, and they're always at work. But
exactly.
What I was saying is like I wasn't selfish with it. Most of the money I spent was spent on Michaela and my kids. Like, clothes, toys.
That's where it mattered.
Yeah.
How can former miners find purpose outside that world?
A lot of the skills that you learn, you can take just about anywhere.
Sure.
Like, before I went in the mines, you told me to hop on a dozer and run it, or try to run it. No good, George. No good at all. Now, like after running equipment in the mines, I'd hop on anything and try it.
Sure.
It couldn't be no more terrifying. I mean, it's just, the risk is there, but if you're in a wide open space, especially, like,
you ain't gonna turn on them too bad.
No, you're always gonna have.
But that's a lot of the skills that people have lost of the whole fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
Like, I can try anything once.
Exactly.
You're just gonna be dumb enough to live through it.
Yeah. Yeah.
If mining was a chapter, what's the title of the one you're in today?
I don't know, man. I would say maturing as a person. As weird as that, I don't know how to tell you. I don't know. Like I said, I'm at a point in my life where I like things simple.
Sure.
The things that once intrigued me don't intrigue me as much. I don't care about flashy and showing off for this and that.
I think that's called maturity.
Yeah. I just don't know if that's the right way to word it. But I've never put a title on my life.
I think that would be maturity, man.
No.
Oh man. Well, is there anything else you want to add, man? Anything you want to make sure people know?
I would say this is, if you're on the fence about doing it, I've always said this to everybody. If you think you want to do it, do it. Go do your 80-hour class. If you go under one day and you hate it, leave.
Sure.
I've seen probably 50 people do the same thing. But you know what? At least they had the guts to say, "Hey, I tried it.
Sure.
It wasn't for me."
I mean, right off the top of my head, back before my accident, I don't think it was a place for me. Like, I never even once considered it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, everybody, Sam and Travis, like everybody that we kind of grew up around was in the mines at one point in time, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's just a way of life that either sucks you in or don't.
Mm-hmm. I would say this too, like, if you do go through with it and decide to do it, I would recommend giving it at least a month to 2 months, if you can. Some people, I've seen it, like I said, I've seen it firsthand. There was a boy at Affinity got his red hat. Brought him to the section. He was stuck with me that day. This boy's 19 years old. Okay. We had to build a stop. We had to build a stopping. And, he had to follow me on the scoop. He walked. I carried the supplies. And we get over there and we're doing it. And a little bit of the top fell. Nothing, mate. Just draw rock.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "Where's Oscar?" Which was our mine foreman. And I said, "He's over on number 8, I believe. We was over on number 2. He said, "I need to find him." And he just takes off. Now, when you're a red hat, you're not supposed to be by yourself. So right. I followed him. I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, you can't just walk across the section. You're going to get killed." And he finds Oscar, and he's like, "Take me outside. I'm done." He said, "What do you mean you're done?" He's like, "I'm done. This ain't for me. Like, I'm fucking terrified. This is not what I thought it was going to be." And
hanging her up early.
Yeah.
But I want the first paycheck.
He told me, he's like, "Man, don't think I'm a pussy for doing this." And I'm like, "Dude, you done what nobody else will do. You at least tried." Like, I'm not. I said, "I didn't think this shit was for me when I first started." I said, "But I toughed it out."
Be a whole different world. So, like, in the aspect of like these mine accidents, most recent one, what kind of mental preparation has to go into that side of things, like while you're in the mines, to keep yourself there? Like, you see it happening, like it's always a possibility. Like, what kind of, on your side plus your family side, what has to go into that?
I was fortunate. So Steve, the guy that got, that died in that incident.
Mhm.
I knew Steve. I worked with his brother. That's one of them things that I was fortunate I never had to go through.
Sure.
No, like my brother got hurt a couple times in mines. I got hurt myself. When I got hurt, I didn't know I got hurt. They said I passed concussion protocol, but I still think I had a concussion. Once again, I was doing something I shouldn't have been doing, but I had to get it done. We not to go off subject, but
No,
I was pulling a roof boulder over a hill for some unknown reason. When you drive a mine, you try to drive as straight as possible, but you follow your coal seam. So, like if you have a 60-inch seam, you'll cut that 60 inches plus. Most people take a foot of rock, just so it's 6 foot high. For some reason beyond, the coal seam rolled downhill, and instead of just gradually rolling into it, our miner man drove the belt entry. He comes straight up and went straight downhill. So everything that gets cut, you have to bolt for your roof support. So you had to take a boulder down that hill, which was not bueno at all. I wasn't on the boulder at night, but I was the one that had to pull it out of there. So we hooked a scoop to it with chains, which is a big no-no. But we hooked like 8 chains to it, to scoop. I drove the bucket up underneath the end of the boulder, picked it up, and drug it. When I got to the top, where it transitioned, the boulder came out of the bucket, so it slingshotted me in the scoop. All that weight dropped to the top. And when you're in a scoop, in a canopy, it's like right here.
Right.
So I basically got folded like an accordion inside of that scoop.
Oh my God.
And it hit my head so hard that it busted my outliner. And it put a chip in my hard hat. And everybody, I was like, the electrician, I remember he was joking about it. He was like, "Yeah, how you stupid ass?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's real fucking funny."
Stupid.
But I didn't think nothing of it. I just kept working. But I noticed as I was driving the scoop around the section, like I've had concussions before.
Sure.
But I noticed it, like I felt like I wanted to go to sleep, and I felt like I was going like this. I stopped. Everything felt fine. I climbed out of the scoop, talked to Freddie, and I just hit the ground. I'm like, I remember I told my section boss, like, "Dude, I'm sorry." I was like, "I need to file an accident report." I was like, "I think I'm hurt." I was like, "I hit my head pretty hard." I was like, "I don't feel right at all." That's the only thing I can really give any kind of thing on.
Sure.
But I remember like calling Michaela, and I'm like, I'm hurt, but I'm fine. So immediately she thinks the worst.
Right.
And then I'm like, just meet me at the hospital. Like, I hit my head, but I think I'm gonna be okay. That type of deal. But as far as like a situation like that, I've only been in one aspect where I would say I was scared. And that's with water. The same thing that happened there is we went in one night and the section was underwater. And I'd never been in that situation before. So we were trying to build a ramp through it with the scoop. And I was in the scoop. I was trying to put a road in to get through it. It didn't look that deep. I drove a scoop through the middle of it and pretty much sunk it. And just how quick it happens.
Right.
It shocked me how quick water can move.
Your equipment down there ain't that tall, so it's not like you got a whole lot of room to work with.
Yeah.
It's not like running a front end loader
out there
above ground.
Out there where we were at on that panel was about 7 feet high, which was pretty high for underground.
Yeah.
But even then, it was like it happened so quick. You know, I knew immediately what to do. I got the fuck out of it.
Right.
But when I jumped out, I'm in water to my neck.
Yeah.
So
That's wild.
but that will say that is one thing I will never understand. Like I do understand it, but I don't understand why he went back. I guess it was probably more the Marine in him than
Sure.
anything.
I could see that.
Because like he was a maintenance. He was in maintenance. He was
Right.
electrical. But I get why he went back. I don't understand why. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I've never had to actually prepare for that situation. I
Sure.
guess would say. I've been around falls. I've had close calls. I mean, I've seen my life go before my eyes.
Sure.
When I was working for Alpha, was probably the closest I've been to it being really bad.
What happened there?
A chew of snuff saved my life.
Heard that.
I was in
That
in
really
a scoop.
puts me in retrospective. Shouldn't quit.
I was in a scoop. I was going over to number 7. I believe it was number 6 or number 7. And they wanted me to clean it. Well, listen, when I started on the scoop, everybody fucking hated me because I had no clue what I was doing, not a single clue what I was doing, and I took the job because I wanted to learn.
Right.
Stupid decision. At that mines, anyways, it was a stupid decision because they run stupid coal over there, and I was the only scoop man on the section. So I pull up there, and the boulder pulls out. I'm waiting on them to get out, and I was like, I'm gonna roll this curtain up, clean up, whatever. Because when you clean, you roll your curtain up. You go down the ribs in the middle, and you dust it. And I got out of the scoop. I walked up there, and I'm like, left my snuff in the scoop. I'm gonna get me a chew of snuff because when you imagine rolling a curtain on the ground, you get dirty. You're supposed to wear gloves all the time, but rolling curtain with boxing gloves is what I call them on is no bueno. So 9 times out of 10, I didn't wear them. I walk back to the scoop. I get a can of snuff. I remember I knock it. Then the third knock, I heard something crack. I looked up and I turned around, and the entry fell from the face almost to the entry. And it just, all of it came down. And I remember standing there. I can't remember his name to save the life of me. But he was a mixed guy. He was about 6'6".
Good God.
I mean, just behemoth of a man. He comes sprinting around the corner, and he was like, dude, we thought you were dead. And I'm like, I was froze. I'm like,
I'm
just looking, and I'm like, I was literally getting ready to walk up there.
Fuck.
Had I not turned around to get that can of snuff, I'd been dead.
Yeah.
And there ain't no coming back from that.
No, that's a lot of weight.
No.
Damn.
And also, one night, the other time I would say, that's really the 3 times I feel like I've been nervous.
Yeah.
I was welding a belt head, running a rock box. Wasn't even my job. I wanted to help do it. I didn't know that the power to the belt hadn't been locked out. It had just been unplugged. And when you unplug power, you always lock and tag.
Right.
Everybody with, but that don't always happen. Apparently.
Sure.
I remember I'm standing on the belt.
I'm going back to that. It's really clear-headed individuals.
I'm standing on the belt. I'm tacking this. I'm running a beam down the corner. And I hear, I heard the take in. And I'm like, I stopped, dropped the welder, and I flipped my helmet up, and I'm like, was that the take up? And before I knew it, I was moving. Like I was gone. And I only went, I will say, like, I know people that ride belts, like fire bosses and stuff. I've seen them do it. More fucking power to them. I went about 15 feet, and that was the wildest ride I've ever in my life.
Just that uncontrolled.
You're talking 35, 40 mile an hour instantly
God.
on a 42-inch piece of belt. And I grabbed chains. I reached for anything I could grab to get a hold of because I knew what was coming if I went all the way through it.
Yeah.
I reached for there's kill switches on the belt, and I reached for one and I missed it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's right outside the tailpiece, or I guess you consider it the tailpiece, the belt head.
Mm-hmm.
But I reached for it and I missed it, and I seen a chain, and I remember I shifted my body weight as much as I could this way, and I got one arm on that chain. So you imagine how fast I'm going.
Right.
What's it going to do if you get a hold of it? It's going to sling you like a fucking rock.
Dislocate your arm and jerk it a hole.
It didn't dislocate it, but it swung me around like a piñata. It just, and it flung me, and thank God it flung me off the belt.
Shit.
Now, I ain't gonna say I didn't hurt for about a month after the fact,
Sure.
But
Oh man,
that's one of them situations though where you can't really say anything because power wasn't locked out. You know, it's like I wasn't supposed to be working on it if the power wasn't locked out. Right. And if I'm the one welding, it's my responsibility to make sure it's locked out. I took somebody's word for it. That was another piece of advice I give to anybody who considers doing this that actually goes through with it.
Check it yourself.
Always check your surroundings. Double check everything that you're working on.
Damn it.
For sure.
Well, at least you got a free carnivore out of it.
Yeah.
And a sore arm.
Sore arm, back, legs.
Easy.
Well,
that's wild. Well, man, you got anything else?
I don't think so.
Well, that's where we'll wrap it up. I was going to go through all that, but I don't feel like it now. So we're just going to end it and call it good.
Sounds good to me, man.
Appreciate you stopping in and doing this with me.
Appreciate you having me.
Recording stopped.
Shouldn't be too much to edit out.
Nah, this one.
And that's a wrap for today's episode of the Quadcast.
Remember, breaking stigma doesn't stop when the episode ends. We're building a movement, and you're a part of it. Stay strong, stay aware, and stay connected.
And this is the Quadcast signing out.